Hello, everybody. My name is Ponce, and welcome to another episode of Vaz Cuisine's Bonaire Place series. Now, if you guys forgotten what the area used to look like, so I used to have these two long driveways. My ex at the time was trying to build a castle. I don't know. Needless to say, I didn't want to touch this area. But, I don't want to have any section of the city being unturned, so, we wanted to fill it in. There was supposed to be a club over there, but honestly, with the size of the first building, I realized that this whole area, this whole block is just all going to be Bonaire Place, which is perfect because I wanted to make sure that I was able to fit the amount of buildings and the amount of units I wanted to in the area. And so today we're going to be working on this section of the corner building, as well as I'm going to show you guys what it looks like with all the corners in place because it was exciting. So here I am mapping out the first floor of the building, trying to go based off of my blueprints, which I'll see about posting. I'm gonna save the blueprint for the last video. Like when I'm finishing up one of the metal buildings, that's when I'll situate the blueprint. So here I am just copying the front doors, trying to keep everything in uniform. It's all one big project. So it's all one big projects. Doing the ring around the windows. Adding more of the walls of the building, and just trying to continue that yellow and blue middle. Actually, at the end of this video, I actually realized that I forgot to add the signature star to the that side of the building that I was working on right then. So I just cut it at the end and actually just put it on before doing my grand reveal at the end of the video. So here I am. So in the last video, well, in between the last video and this video, I realized I can just copy this section of the hallway, so it kind of, and just get another use out of it. So here I am doing that, bringing the stairs around, separating the floors, and so there's that section. Here I am just mapping out a couple more floors, so I just have the window placement. Here I am removing the extra book, well, not bookcases, but mailboxes. And here we are, situated the back end of the hallway, which was a little easier because, going inwards. Here I am connecting both pieces of the hallway. I just decided to do a fill command because I wasn't going to mess with all that. I will, however, do the floor by hand because it was like little chunks, little chunks. And here we are doing the ceiling of this newer section with its crown. And wrapping this all the way around. Here I am adding the base for me to do the vertical half slabs. And in a few we get rid of the frame, I guess. Here I am separating more of the windows, as well as going to the upper floors and separating those as well. Trying to just get the whole building all mapped out, window-wise and all this other stuff. At least that corner apartment, because I wanted to do that section first, so that way, I kind of just build the building, going forward. So I can, see the progression, I guess. As you probably heard in the last episode, I'm a little bit under the weather. I have a bit of a head cold, so that's why my voice kind of sounds like a little nasally. And yeah, I'm sniffling. Here I am separating the other side. I don't really finish the frames for the windows all the way up because gonna end up copying it and eventually. So I really only had to do to the second floor. Here I am working on those connection units. So it's gonna be 2 units on this side, 1 unit on the other side. I don't know, to give the building some pizzazz, I guess. Give the area some pizzazz. Since I effectively locked myself into this unit, we decided to do this one first. That corner piece was a closet, and then I added the bathroom against the closet. Here I am adding lights. I do the whole thing. I do the bathroom, kitchen, whole kit and caboodle all in one go. And I actually cheated with this side of the building because after I do the kitchen and where I put the washer and dryer hookups and everything, I noticed that they're sharing the wall, so I decided no, flip it. We're just gonna copy the layout on the other side. Here I am just finishing up just making that portion of the ceiling. There's the washer and dryer. Here's the little kitchenette that I was talking about. And you see, like, it's just everything's against this one wall, so I felt like it would make sense for me just to mirror it onto the other side. Now on the other side, however, it was a bit of a different layout because it's on an outer wall, so and like the way that I was kind of like I looked at it and I was like doing it the way that I would usually go into a space and do it, but then I was like looking at the blueprint and I was like, damn, I'm doing this wrong. So here I am kind of fixing it, but I still kind of messed up a little on this one. But I did fix that in the end, and it's pretty close to the layout that I drew up. Yeah. Oh, look at that! I actually did have a placement for the laundry room. It's okay. We figured it out. Honestly, I like that kind of setup a little better because it creates a that. So here I am coming. Like I was trying to find the like where this section of the building like ended. So that's why I was kind of playing around in the spectator mode a bit, just trying to find the limits of this area. Here I am just duping it all the way up. Just showing a little off of the that finished section. Now we're working on the other section. Here I am situating the doorway. Had to do a little bit of the interior wall to get that door there. Here I am finishing up the ceiling like I mentioned earlier. I thought I was going to do that earlier, but I guess not. Here I am situating the lighting, and then that's the whole hallway situated. Well, on this side, at least. Here I am. I closed off the apartment by adding the ceiling, and here I am just doing the drywall and plaster, filling in the windows, and filling in the trim around the windows, I guess that would be called. Here I am separating the bedroom, so this is only a 2 unit bedroom. That closet area kind of was a little difficult for me, I'd say, because it's just such a awkward place for them, but the building's done. I'm not gonna touch it anymore, and I already duplicated it, so I'm not gonna go around like fixing flipping 20 apartments. Here I am messing with the kitchen area. This was actually already in plan, so me. Here I am doing the bathroom. the kitchen, doing the cabinetry, added a little island, and now we're just gonna dupe the apartment up. Doing the little decor around the windows, fixing the wall underneath. And now this floor is ready to get duped up. Well, after I finish this wall. After I finish this wall and the door frame leading into the apartment. But so here's the finished product of this building, because, like I said, we end up copying over. So here it is. Like I said, this star over here I actually forgot to do, so I already was recording myself like doing a loop around trying to get the finished product with both sides being done. And I deleted that one because I realized, oh shoot, I forgot the other star. But so here's that 2-bedroom unit I did before starting the overview. 2 spacious bedrooms. The bathroom's pretty central. You got the kitchen over here, washer and dryer hookups in that little closet there. Here's the second unit. This unit has the angled wall with the neighboring apartment building, well, the neighboring side. Here's that closet that shares it. The massive bedroom. And here's that bathroom. I tried adding a little bit of tile, but then, if I finished the whole wall, it would have been adding tile into someone's closet. So it was like, that's a no. Here's the other apartment. Both of these apartments are 1 bedrooms, so I'm glad that I'm kind of getting a lot of like differences with the layouts. So it's like, it's fairly realistic when it comes to, I guess like a projects. I mean, we probably won't have any 4 bedrooms, but we'll have like 1 to 3, so that's pretty cool. Here's the finished product of the hallway, and so that's the first corner building all done. Here's 2 of the corner buildings all done. I'm telling you, the more that I work on this area, it looks more like a communist apartment hub. Like, I'm like looking at this, like, and I'm like thinking, this looks like Soviet Russia. Got these red stars. Like, it looks like, like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Bonaire is maybe a communist area. I don't know. I haven't really read too much about it on Wikipedia. If anybody's from Bonaire, please reach out and let me know. But here's the finished product. So we got the original side, and then we have the other side of the corners all set. And we paved way for the middle building. So hopefully next time you see me working on Bonaire, that's where we're going to be going. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching the past, present, and future. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Please subscribe. I want to reach 100 subscribers by 2027. Please, please, please.